everybody, welcome back to La Vita Pasta. I'm Justin Barker, and today we're gonna make chicken Parmesan. So the first thing we're gonna do, and it's really easy, guys. Parmesan is so good, so tasty, so full of flavor. The tendency is people get intimidated and they don't wanna make it because they think it takes a million steps. Reality, it's only a few steps. So let's walk you through it. You're gonna need a few things from the grocery store today. First, I picked up 3 chicken breasts from Publix, okay? Out of the cabinet, I have some Italian breadcrumbs. I like Vigo, that has a little bit of the grated Romano cheese in it. Last time on La Vita Pasta, we made some red sauce, so I just took a little red sauce out. In the preparation stage, you're gonna need a little red sauce, a little marinara sauce. Maybe some extra Parmesan, or this happens to be Pecorino Romano, and I had that in the refrigerator. You're gonna need 2 eggs, and you're gonna need some fresh parsley. And if you have spices like oregano and basil, that will be helpful too. So the first thing we want to do is you want to come on over here and get your stove top on about medium-high heat with olive oil in your cooking pan. The second thing you're going to need is a baking dish where you're going to put the chicken after it's been seared to finish off baking in the oven. And the third thing we want to do is get the oven going at about 350. So right now it's preheating. So we're going to want it for 350. It's going to cook about 35 minutes. So let's do our first thing we're going to do is do our cuts, okay? What you want to do is you want a fillet knife or some sort of very, very sharp knife. These chicken breasts, as you can see, are really thick and they take a long time to cook if you leave them that thick. So what we're going to do is trim them a little bit. And you'll see exactly how I do this. It's super simple. You'll see like there's a connection where the butcher cut it. We're gonna slice down through that and make it even there. Slice off any kind of fatty areas like that. Then you'll notice there's 2 ways to do this. I'm gonna show you the easy way. So you take your hand right along the top and you're gonna go down the edge, down the middle like this, straight through, see? Now we have 2 sections, right? And section 1, section 2. Same thing with the second. Slice through here, slice off a fatty edge. And again, super easy, okay? Now the third one I'm gonna show you how to do. If you're really handy with a knife and you're more of a chef, I'll show you the third way to do it.
Oops.
Okay, so watch this. All right. So again, super easy to do. They'll tell you to go from the top here, down through, and then you open what's called butterflying. And now you just basically see how that opens out that way. Essentially doing what I did there, but you would take these, cut down through and pound them out. So it's essentially just what we did, but from a different perspective. And again, if you see any extra kind of nasty, fatty or bony areas, you can feel for those in here. Some people, you want to trim these up. That's up to you. You don't have to. When they cook, they render down any of these things that kind of are unsightly there. They just kind of render out. So not really worried about that.
So your extra white pieces are your fat, right?
That's a little bit of fat. Yeah, that's just a little bit of fat. Fat's well, look at me, right? And fat is delicious when you're cooking because it cooks down. And if fat is delicious, then look at me. Oh my gosh, I'm spectacular, right? Just kidding. That's a joke for all y'all playing along at home. Okay, so now that that's cut, we're gonna pause for 1 second and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. We've just cut up our chicken. What we're gonna do now is slice up a little parsley. We'll break the eggs and prepare everything to go right in the olive oil. Okay?
I'll throw this away.
So we're gonna cut up a little. We're gonna cut up a little of our parsley here. So we want, oh, that smells so good. A little parsley is always good. This is Italian parsley. It's a little different. Okay, we're gonna put that over here. Now we're gonna back up please. We're gonna break both eggs over the sink. Actually, and then right into the garbage. So 1 egg, 2 eggs. Okay, that's all we need there. Then we have 2 eggs we've whipped up. We're gonna add a little bit of oregano in there. We're gonna add a little bit of basil, not much. You can always use fresh, I like fresh, but in a pinch, it just goes to show you that you really can get away with, I'm just gonna whip this up, right? This is just gonna be an egg wash that we're gonna use to coat the egg before we throw it in the fryer, okay? Or in the olive oil, all right. So, now we're gonna add a little salt and pepper. A little pepper. Pinch,
Salt?
just a pinch or two, okay? That's really all you need. All right, now, a little bit of the basil goes in there too, okay? Good.
I thought that was parsley.
I'm sorry, parsley. Good job, young man. Little junior chef going on here. All right, so as you can see, we now have our egg wash mixture and we have our Italian breadcrumbs here, right? You can see that. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to dip it right in there, okay? And again, this fresh parsley is just so fragrant that it adds really great, great texture and flavor to the food there. Okay, there's one. Okay, so in there. You can see how we're doing here. And again, the goal here, right, is to make sure when you put it in this mixture that you're coating all the sides, right? You're really, I like to push down on there and get those breadcrumbs right up in there, so you make sure there's no pink areas left, right? So we're gonna throw that in there. Nice, yeah.
Yeah, like when you see you have a little bit of holes in between the bits of the chicken, you gotta put some breadcrumbs in there too and shake it up.
There you go. This guy's paying attention. I'm a junior chef over here. Again, nice. Just get it nice and wet with egg, right? Right in the mixture, good. Good, again, what's nice is anybody can do this, right? So far, we've got about $9 worth of chicken. We're gonna use about 27 cents worth of breadcrumbs, maybe. I think the fresh parsley was $1 to have the parsley. Okay, and then we're gonna take this, and you're gonna see now that oil's nice and hot, right? Come on over here. So here's how you know the oil's hot enough, right? You hear that? You just dip a little off your fingers, that comes off your fingers, and you hear it sizzling. That's how you know. Now, pay attention, because when you're putting the chicken in the oil, set it away from you so you never get burned, okay? Away. So you take it in and you push it away from you when you drop it in, okay?
Make sure not to touch the sides of the pan because you're just gonna get burnt.
Right. All right, so we'll put those three in to start. We'll let those cook for a few minutes and we'll come back in about 5 minutes. All right, so we put on our chicken parm here a few minutes ago onto the stovetop here in the olive oil. So what we're gonna do now is look to see if it's ready to flip. It looks like it is. Ooh, look at that golden brown. That's the color we want, y'all. See that? Look at that golden brown right there. That is exactly. Now we've had them about 4 minutes on the front side, and we're gonna do another 4 minutes on the back. And don't worry that it's not cooked all the way. That's not the goal, right? The goal is to sear and get that golden color, because we're gonna finish it off in the oven as we let them cook for about 30 or 40 minutes, okay? About 30 minutes, actually. So, one other thing that you wanna be aware of is how many you're serving. So I bought 3 chicken breasts for a family of 5. Now, each chicken breast is divided in 2. So if you have people that eat, a lot, you want to have a little bit of extra, you may need 4 chicken breasts. If you are just a family of 4, then you'll probably have some leftovers, and that kind of thing. So with tonight's dish, we're also going to make a little pasta, and we'll go through that here in a few minutes as well. But again, this is a fun meal to make, super easy. And to recap, what did we do? Well, we cut 3 chicken breasts up in half. We dipped them in egg with a little bit of salt, pepper, basil, oregano, parsley in the egg mixture. We cut up a little fresh parsley because we put some in the egg wash, and we're gonna have a little for our dish after. We are gonna use a little bit of mozzarella cheese when we put it in the oven. Mixtures with Parmesan and Pecorino Romano. This is a nice to have, it's not a need to have, okay? You don't have to have Pecorino Romano. So last time on La Vita pasta, we made a marinara sauce. This is fresh sauce. Actually, I froze it and thawed it for today. And so that's what you're gonna, that's what we're gonna use. Now let me go through that. So what we're gonna do with the red sauce, this is how you prepare your pan, okay? You take a little bit of the sauce right down the middle, and you just move like this. This gets the bottom of the pan. It's like baking in a cookie sheet. You just want to coat the bottom there with a little of that sauce. And what's gonna happen is...
It smells delicious.
Well, sauce is always good. Sauce is delicious. Sauce I could have on anything. I mean, it's just fantastic. So for example, let me show you what's gonna happen. We're gonna take a chicken breast out of the oil, and we're gonna set it here. We'll take the next one, and we're gonna set it there. This guy, I'm gonna set him here.
Hear that
Now,
sizzle.
Yep, you're gonna see, now watch this. What did we teach? What did we say? When you put these in, you put them
Away from you.
away from you, so you don't get yourself burned, right? Number 2 guy right in there. Look at that.
I don't think we're gonna fit number 3.
Oh, number 3 guy's gonna go nestle right up in there. Look at that.
On top
Plenty
of
of room,
number
right?
3.
So, now let's show you the preparation for the way it's gonna go in the oven, okay? So what did we do? We took them out, we coated our pan, and look at that. Just look, you can see the fresh parsley already kind of cooked, seared right into that. So what we'll do is we are gonna add a little bit of sauce to each one, okay? Just a little, not a lot. Don't need a lot.
Which is why we have less than a couple.
Parmesan. Again, guys, we're just trying to make things easy, right? We're gonna put a little Parmesan on there. We're not gonna go crazy.
You're a pecorino.
I love a little
Romano.
pecorino romano because it's salty. A little pecorino romano, just a little pinch there.
It also smells good.
It smells delicious. Then, what are we gonna do? A little, oh, look at this. Just mozzarella right on top of there. Like, coat it a little bit, right? Because it melts nicely there. That's about all you're gonna need. A little too much on that guy. That's all right.
So a little bit of a question. So because mozzarella cheese melts so well, does that also make it a conductor for the other type of cheeses in the Parmesan
Great
that
question.
don't melt so well?
Yeah, so that mozzarella will cover everything and nestle in all those juices, and you'll see it'll turn a golden brown on top, and everything will be soaked up in there. The meat will absorb flavors, the cheeses will nestle on top, and when you cut into it for dinner tonight, awesome. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back in just a few minutes. Now we're just, again, transferring the food. These are just giant pieces that are just nestled right in there. Beautiful pieces of food. Chicken. All right. See there? Look at that guy. He's trying to slide right in there. All right. So again, same process, right? A little bit of sauce. Again, you can add more sauce if you want. If people like a lot of sauce, cool. Can't hurt them. Add some Parmesan, right? Pecorino Romano. Again, this is a nice to have. It's not a need to have. I just love the nutty flavor. It's delicious. Nice little parm on there, a little mozzarella. And look at this, right?
More parsley.
A little parsley on there. Okay,
Adds
now,
more flavor and smell.
It's gonna go right in the oven. We're gonna go 30 minutes. Cook time, 30 minutes. Now that should be, it'll seal in all the juice. It'll seal in everything. You'll have really juicy chicken after about 30 minutes in the oven, okay? Now, 25 minutes, still okay. 30 minutes, it'll be crispy. My wife likes it well done on top, the cheese well done. So, but after about 25 minutes, you can walk over and kind of take a sneak peek in there and see how much of the cheese is melted. So when we come back, you're gonna see us take it out of the oven, you're gonna see the finished product. So see you in a few minutes. And welcome back to La Vita Pasta. I'm Justin Barker. Tonight's chicken parm is, oh my gosh, good looking. Look at this. Come on over here in the light. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is just spectacular. And you know what's even gonna go better with it, my friends? Oh, what? This is a 2012 Chronicle. It's a Pinot Noir from the Sonoma Coast. My friends, listen to me. Pinot Noir is a phenomenal wine, but this happens to be very hard to find, by the way. Wineslash.com, I think. This wine happens to be the, if not the, or one of the highest rated Pinot Noirs ever by an American winemaker. And you're only talking about 30 bucks. So just so you know, tonight with our chicken parm and the pasta, and I'll be teaching you how to make some garlic green beans in a minute as a side dish, we are gonna have one of the best wines you'll ever have in your life at any price point. And I wanna thank Doug Hanghold and Mike Hanghold for all of their wine knowledge out there in Sonoma. So, by the way, Doug Hanghold is with Blackbird, and Mike Hanghold is the creator of Chronicle that you see there. So,
question. For those who are on a budget, what kind of red wine would you recommend to go with this for those who...
So I say a budget is $20 to $25, right?
Lower.
Even a $15 bottle of wine, you can get a bottle of 14 Hands, you can get a bottle of 7 Vines, Old Vine Zinfandel. You can get a bottle of, let's see, I think the Menage a Trois is a nice bottle of wine for under 15, 16 bucks. So any of those wines, again, you don't have to spend a lot of money on wine to have great wine. What you have to do is appreciate letting it talk to your palate. Speaking of which, tonight's brought to you by Chronicle, and this is a nice little Italian Pinot Grigio I'm enjoying right now. As you can see, they're very light in color. When I make the garlic green beans, we're gonna be using this. So I always recommend drink, cook with, but enjoy while you're doing it. Connect your palate to the flavors that you're putting in your food. So when we come back on the next edition of Vita Pasta, I'm gonna show you guys how to make garlic green beans to go with this dish or any other dish that you want to serve, and it's super, super simple and super easy. See you next time on La Vita Pasta, and cheers.